This is the third video in this series on developing hand independence. And so we've looked at 4 exercises so far, and in this video, I've got 2 more for you. So let's switch to the overhead camera. In past videos, I've talked about the Hanon exercises, where you're playing a basic pattern going up and down the keyboard. So for example, Hanon exercise number 1 has a pattern that goes like this. Very basic. Your hand keeps changing. You're going up. And then when you get up here, so you have a little bit of a stretch between your 5th and 4th fingers. But now what we're going to do is we're going to harmonize Hanon. And here are the chords that we're going to use. So once again, your hands are going to be doing 2 different things. The right hand is going to be playing this pattern, and the left hand is going to be playing chords. So you're going to play 4 notes in the right hand for every chord you play in the left hand, but here are the chords you're going to use. Watch very carefully for this pattern. We start with C, and then we move the top 2 notes up. We end up with an F, and then we move the bottom note up. So the pattern looks like this. You start with the basic chord, the top 2 notes move up, and then the bottom note moves up. And then we repeat that pattern. Top 2 notes move up. We're staying all on the white keys here. The bottom note comes up. Top 2 notes. And notice we get a very pleasing progression. So if we play it along with the right note pattern, it sounds like this. Now notice I was doing a lot of finger shifting to play this smoothly. You don't necessarily need to do that. You can jump up a little bit if you need to. Finger shifting is something that I will cover in another video because that is a fascinating exercise that helps make your playing more smooth. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're still dealing with hand independence. And then going down, in the left-hand chord, the 2 bottom notes come down, and then the top note comes down. So it sounds like this. So not only does this exercise help you develop hand independence, it also kind of helps you hear how chords can change. You know, you're going from C to F to D minor to this diminished chord. Anyway, you end up using all the chords available, diatonic chords, directly related to the key of C major. Now, of course, right now we're staying strictly in C major because we're developing hand independence. You want to get a real challenge, you can start doing these in other keys. But we're not going to worry about that right now. If you find yourself away from the piano, then you can use these, what I would call tapping drills. Rhythm separation can be trained on a table or even on your legs. And so what you can do is tap a steady beat with the left hand while the right hand double taps. So put my hands up here. So the left hand is pounding out a steady beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the right hand is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so this is something you can do while you're waiting for your order at a restaurant. Or you might want to do it down on your legs where nobody can see. And then, of course, you switch it up. Now you've got the right hand, 3 and the left. And then you can try the left hand in a dotted note pattern while the right hand stays steady. 1, 2, 3, and then the left hand. So always start slowly. I started at a rather moderate tempo, but you can start very slowly and count out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then speed up, but only when you can talk and tap without thinking. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and so on. So there you have 6 basic exercises for developing hand independence. And you may be thinking, how can I incorporate these into my practice time? Well, I've written down a suggested practice routine. You don't have to follow this, of course, exactly. You can adapt it to fit your own needs or however much time you might have. But let's say you have 20 minutes to devote to this. You can spend 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes of your 20-minute practice session, on the dynamics and articulation exercises. In other words, these are the ones I featured in video 1 of the series, where the right hand is playing loud and the left hand soft and vice versa, or you have one hand playing legato and the other hand playing staccato. Then we have exercises 3 and 4 in the next video, but let's say you want to spend some time doing rhythmic contrasts. Well, that's obviously what we did in exercise 3, and we also did that in exercise 6. That's in this video, where you're tapping away. You can do this on a table or on your leg where nobody can see, and so on. You can spend 5 to 10 minutes working on those exercises. And then you can also spend some time working on contrary motion. So that would be exercises 4 and 5. So you're going to need to keep all 3 of these videos together, and that's why I've created the playlist for them. Don't forget to go very slowly at first so that your brain can build those neural connections, helping your hands to do different things at the same time. Also, don't forget to practice each hand alone at first when you're warming up. Just do a little bit at a time and then gradually add more. And of course, you can make these exercises more difficult by changing the rhythm, the dynamics, the articulation. So for example, you can do the rhythm contrasting exercises but have one hand loud and the other hand soft, and so on. I mean, there are numerous ways that you can make these exercises more difficult, but don't try to do it all at once. Thanks again for watching. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please be sure to leave those in the comments section. Also, any suggestions that you might have. If you'd like to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee. I forgot to bring my coffee cup. Well, I've got this one over here. That's my Whales Would Love a Flute cup, but I don't drink out of this one. So you can buy me a coffee. The link is there in the description. It's also pinned in the first comment. Also, you can support my channel through Patreon if you'd like to support it that way. I appreciate all of your support. I thank all of you who have liked videos and subscribed to the channel. It helps the channel more than you realize. I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.